Relationships, I get dates whenever I want them. That's just a fact. I want a date, I get a date.
Hey, so we're here with Matt. I used to be a client, now he's kind of my friend. So it's this guy's had just a crazy story. Just over a year ago, you took one of our courses, right?
Yeah, just about a year ago.
What were you like a year ago? Just before the course, like just your general life, everyday life. What was it like?
It was pretty boring. I went to work. I'd probably go to a bar afterwards, meet up with some friends, maybe do an activity here and there, gym in between. It was very mundane.
You ever take substances that you probably shouldn't be taking?
A lot of alcohol. A lot of drinking.
What about smoking?
I used to smoke cigarettes.
So that was a year ago. What's your life like now?
I don't smoke cigarettes. They're bad for you. I don't drink anymore. I'm very abundant, lots of relationships with men, women, lots of friends. Always a romantic opportunity if I want it. I'm busy with work. It's very exciting. And it's just like the brain changes, so the reward system is different. So what the rewards that I have now are different than before, and what makes me happy and make me joyful are different. So I can get really excited and I can grow and I can have, learning is a really big part of this now. I do a lot of reading and learning about what's going on in the world and things that interest me. And I go to a lot of museums and I see friends and my relationships are genuine. And I see family and my relationships are genuine. And my romantic relationships are genuine as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that we've been talking about the most recently. It's just like you can't have lower frequency people that suck your energy or you just can't have shitty people around anymore because it's just it just doesn't match. You're just like, ugh. So you've been going through some huge changes in that respect.
Yeah, I think the hardest change is that you start out with one group of friends and they're good. That's a good group of friends and you can still keep them as your friends, but you start getting more friends. So all of a sudden it's not just, I'll give you an example. My life before Boot was I would hang out with the same 5 people all the time. And it was great. They're really good people. I still talk to them. They're nice people. I don't see them as much. A lot of the activities revolved around drinking and going to the bars. And now I have more friends, and I have just more people I'm interested in talking to about different subjects and different things that I'm interested in, that they're interested in, and we share a lot more information. So I think in general, what's gained, it's not that I'm getting rid of them, but I have more now. So my time's less, but the new relationships are just as strong as my old ones, and maybe even stronger in certain respects.
I've been cutting people out like a motherfucker. Not like a motherfucker, but just like I have to. Like when you get to a certain level, when people are really leeching your time and energy, you just know you're not in alignment with them, and it's just like whether they're not in integrity or they're a little bit, they're kind of douchey. I can't. So I've been breaking up with people. I literally have been going through breakups. So for me, yeah, it's like I have to only have if I don't completely feel in alignment with someone, I love the shit out of them. I don't really want to be around them. That's just me though. I'm a bit of an extremist though.
Yeah, so I didn't know we were going that far, but yes, a lot of people are not in my life anymore. There were a lot of people who were in my life, and then there's the toxic ones who were just hanging out. Those people are gone. I had a bunch of those people who were just toxic, brought me down, brought my integrity down. Just everything about them is just toxic, and now they're no longer in my life. And it loosens the load. It's like carrying a big bag and taking something out that's heavy, and all of a sudden I get brighter. And what's interesting is as you get more energy, as you have more space, other people come in. And sometimes not for a long time, sometimes for a little bit, and then they move on. And it's just where you're at the time. But at least I think the most important part about the journey, let's say, is that you find yourself. You find what makes you happy. So I could be with people. I don't have to be with people. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. I like people. I like being around people. They make me happy, but at the same time, I'm okay with myself just being me. So if I need to have a quiet day and just do work or read or whatever it is, I'm not anxious. I don't have FOMO anymore.
You used to be anxious too. Like this guy, he was literally like, even though we were becoming friends, people would be like, "What's up with that guy? He was literally just sitting there in his hand he just had a lot of that anxious energy, and it's what a huge shift especially in the last few months, even just a big shift for you.
Big shift, and it's constant work. It doesn't just stop. And that's the amazing part. You're constantly working on yourself to get better and better and grow, and emotionally and physically, and you're just growing. And that's the key part. You're getting from point A. Point B is somewhere. You're not sure where it is, but you're getting there. And it doesn't matter where it is. It's just that you're going there, and you're going to try to figure out how to get there.
You hit the nail on the head a second ago. As an example, we were just hanging out a couple days ago. Went for tango, and one of my other friends with her, female friends, and she actually said about you. She said, "Oh man, I love Matt. That guy's so great. He's just so comfortable being himself." Because you were just joking around, being yourself, and it just comes off. You're just okay in your own skin, and you just make your little fucking jokes, and you don't care. And so she really felt that. She's like, "Oh, that guy's fucking awesome." And it's like that's the key point to get to. It's just about being able to express yourself without worrying what the fuck anyone else is thinking about you. You know?
Right. It doesn't. Nobody. It doesn't matter. Whatever you say doesn't matter. You're probably not going to do something crazy. You probably haven't started any wars recently. I have, but that's a different story for a different day. But in truth, you're just having a good time. You're out there to have a good time. You're out there to meet people, interact with them, and make them feel happy. I guess the word is joy. How can you find joy in every action of your life, and just have a great time when you're doing something? How can you make it better? How can you make the excitement of whatever activity it is, whether it's tango, hang out with friends? There's jokes you can make. You can just crack jokes, and it's fun. And you're not,
German people, pay attention.
yeah, that's right. Germans are not funny. But you can go out there and enjoy yourself, and it doesn't have to be at somebody else's expense. It's just be yourself, run around, and people are going to be like, that guy's awesome. Let's go hang out with him. And a lot of that now is just like somebody seeing me from across the way. I'll have a conversation. Sometimes they're not anything meaningful, but they're like a little bit of interaction, and people are like, wow, that was a great interaction. And you're like, yeah, that was fun. I had a great time. There's some tourists from out of town. Joke around with them a little bit. They're like, oh man, they had a better time because they were being boring, and I had a better time for being me because it entertained me. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that when I go out, I'm there to entertain myself. I'm there to entertain. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm at this dinner, and I showed up late, and I'm at for dessert portion, and I'm next to these two pretty boring people, and nobody was really saying anything in my corner. So,
No offense to boring people, but you're boring. You need to stop.
you need to stop.
You need to work on it. That's all we're saying.
They were just quiet. Let's just say they were quiet. All right? Not boring. They were quiet. So I'm sitting there, and there's like an ice cream sundae. You can make it yourself. There's like bananas and sprinkles and whipped cream and, cherries and all types of stuff to make a sundae. So I start making this sundae, and slowly I start putting the pieces together, and people start looking at me because it's getting funny. And now it's time for the whipped cream. So I could have done like a little whipped cream, but I went all out. So I have like this much whipped cream on this. Everybody's looking and laughing at how ridiculous this ice cream sundae is. I had a great time because I was making myself laugh. Everybody else was having a great time because they were watching this ridiculous banana split unfold. And then I ate the entire thing. So the whole experience was positive. It was positive for everybody. And it's just, that's the type of, when you walk out and you're there to give good vibes and just help other people, that's where people are drawn to that. Not only that, but you're also helping them feel better about themselves. Because I think the hardest thing is that everybody's so up in their head that they can't even realize when something's funny. And everything is funny. There's always humor behind it. Most things. But it's funny, and you gotta find...
What about this?
You gotta find the humor in things, because when you find the humor, everything gets a whole lot better.
That's true. So last question, and it's so awesome. Like this is what happens. This is literally like, and I know it seems like Sasha just, he paid this guy a few $100 to act. You can't really. He's not that good an actor.
Not enough.
No. He's just not that good an actor. So final thing, would you say this, being comfortable in your own skin, having the social freedom to just express yourself, has it affected you in other parts of your life, and if so, how?
Well, I guess the first thing is, my business, I am in a very social business, has exploded. Everybody wants to talk to me and work with me. My phone is off the hook. It's great. I have more projects than I can handle. I have to hire people to work with me. And it's really amazing in that sense that I just have so much work going on. That's the first thing. Second thing is my family life with my parents and my sister, amazing. Like, we're all joking all the time now. We go to dinner. We were like a very good table. We'd get together and just start fighting. It was phenomenal. About 12 minutes in, there'd be some sort of argument that would just keep going, and you never know how that would end. Table flipped.
Fisticuffs sometimes.
Oh my God, the cops would show up. It was nuts. It was nuts. And then socially, I have tons of friends, like lots of different friends from the old, and some I like to call them, some came with me to the new, but they're awesome and they're really exciting. They got passion and they're exciting, and they're just like they pop when we talk about interesting subjects for hours at a time. And it's really great, and we could just hang out and do nothing. And you know, there's so much to do in New York that there's always an activity. Like, what do you want to do? Let's go. Right? There's always somebody to join you, which is great. Relationships, I get dates whenever I want them. That's just a fact. I want a date, I get a date. Just that easy. My interest in work, in like things that I'm passionate about or interested in, is like, I'll just study something for a couple hours sometimes. Just read as much as possible. I'll read a book and learn about a specific subject. And it's just because I don't have to worry about missing out on anything anymore. Whatever I'm doing is right there, and it's the most important thing of what I'm doing right now. And I'll read, I'll learn, I'll look something online, I'll watch TV. If I don't want to go do something, then I don't do it. If I have something else that's more pressing, I do that. And I'm not missing out. And it's great because I'll catch up with these people later if it's like an event, or we're just going to go get some tea or coffee. So overall, it's just better. Everything's just better. My worst day now is better than my best day from before. I was just numb. I didn't even know how to handle the emotions that were coming in. Now there's a range, and it's bright, and it's exciting, and there's a lot going on. It's just better. It's just better.
I'm going to get that on a shirt. Social freedom. It's just better. Or Infinite Man. It's just better. Or Sasha Day Game. It's just better. But something. We're going to change our marketing. But dude, you're doing awesome. Holy shit. If that doesn't fucking inspire you to fucking get out there and get your shit together, I don't know what will, to be honest. Thanks for being you.
Yeah. I think the most important part is to say, if you got to get on the journey, whatever it is, at whatever pace you're at, it doesn't matter what the journey is. You just got to do it. If you want to get good at Kung Fu, you got to start taking classes. Stop just watching the movies, right? If you want to get good at a language, start taking classes. Get Duolingo, whatever the hell. Go to that country so you can get immersed in it, so you can get excited about it. But it's about starting someplace and ending someplace else. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard getting good, right? That's really hard. And it's going to take a lot of, but at some point it gets easier. The hardness gets easier because you've been doing it so long, and it just becomes second nature. And that's the key part. If you're not doing something, you're stuck. Even if you're doing little things, basic little things, that's better than doing nothing. And a lot of the people I know are just right where they're at, and they don't even want to try. So if you're stuck, go watch a motivational video. Go watch Sasha motivating somebody. That's probably how I should plug you, right?
I mean, it'd be nice, it'd be nice.
Go watch get hyped up over something you don't know about. Get excited over something that's not even part of your vocabulary, and then get deep in it. Study as much as you can, because that's going to lead to something else that interests you, and that something else is going to introduce you to something else, and it's just going to move until you learn more. But you got to get on some path. It doesn't have to be fast. You don't have to do it quickly. You just have to be like, oh, I'm doing this now. I'm reading this book, the Four Agreements, or Power versus Force, or you're reading that book, and that's the start. Because right there, you're like, oh, I got more information than I had yesterday. I know something new from yesterday, and by knowing something new, you're growing, and that's key. But you got to get on the path, whatever that is, and it's your own. There's no right way. That's the best part about it. There's no right way. You got to do you.
But any way is better than no way. That's beautiful, dude. Glad I ran into you. So good. Keep spreading that love, and don't accidentally make babies, because it's don't do that yet.
It happens.
You got a good vibe. I could see, I could see girls wanting to, make something magical.
I got a proposal the other day. Yeah.
Did you?
She's beautiful and smart, I haven't seen
Marriage?
I mean, who knows? What's in the cards?
All right, give me a hug. I love you. He's a little bit moist, but it's fine. For me, the most amazing thing about the events is just the vibration, like the vibe in the room. It's unbelievable. You show up to the event as an individual and you leave like a brother. Like all these guys have your back, and that's for life, That's what blows me away every time. And the stories I hear afterwards are insane, I ran into a guy recently, and it wasn't the first time. Somebody who had a really good time at our first event, and I was like, dude, you never came back. What happened? And the guy just looked at me and was like, I didn't need to come back because I got what I wanted after the event. I got it. He was so inspired. He actually went and built the life that he wanted, and he said, I have it. I'm happy.
The most important thing was just meeting a whole bunch of really, really cool guys that I can connect with, stay in touch with. It's such an awesome event that I'm definitely planning on coming back in the future when they have one.
And I've just met the most incredible people here, man. It's just been out of this world. And I think everyone I've spoken to would agree with that.
It's been a really beautiful experience connecting with other people, like-minded people, which are I find hard to meet in the outside world.
I've never seen so many amazing guys just helping each other, supporting each other 100%. It's unbelievable. There's so much support, love, and unity, like all these guys just coming together who really want to see each other succeed. And when you leave as part of a family.